Well, now it's time. We're reviewing some music from this week. We got three albums to talk about. We got Logic's Ultra 85, Polo G's Hood Poet, and we got Benny the Butcher's Summertime Butch. Three pretty solid albums to talk about. It's like a really strong week. We keep saying this. 2024 is a stacked year. Three pretty good albums, in my opinion. Which one do you want to start with? You have a preference?
Probably Polo G.
That works for me. Let me
All
hear
right.
what you got. You can go first.
All right. So Polo G, we haven't heard no new music from him in what 4 years? I think it's been.
That long?
Yeah, it's been a long time
Damn.
since new Polo G music.
It's
And
crazy.
I was expecting something good, and he came correct. It was a pretty decent album. It was a good start. I fuck with his verse on No Recruits. I thought G Herbo
Mm-hmm.
killed it as well. You got him in his emotional bag. I'm barely holding on, and really kind of throughout the whole album. It was definitely a more emotional vibe throughout the track list than we're used to from a Polo G project. I feel like. Um, I really like the beat and flow on Only Gang. It was really fire. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of heartfelt performances, like I said, throughout the whole album. I thought he came correct on G63 with Offset. I really like Offset's verse. I thought the features were actually pretty solid, pretty decent. Survival of the Fittest, probably my favorite song on there. Um, and then you kind of rounded off or nearing the end of the album with the Father's Day, which is a song dedicated to his dad, which
Mm-hmm.
I thought was dope because obviously pretty special, and I appreciated the concept. But I guess overall it was an all right showing from Polo G. It makes sense that it was more heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? More heartfelt performances throughout the whole track than his earlier projects. I thought the features were solid. Like I said, Future, Glorilla, Lil Durk, Herb, all killed it. I think it suffered a little bit from like a one-dimensional sound. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole album kind of sounded like it
Like a
meshed
Polo
together.
G song. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, Although it was a heartfelt project, you know what I'm saying? You could definitely, I feel like that didn't help the sound dimensions, that it was kind of one lane project. Overall, though, it was all right. I would have enjoyed some new like experimental sounds from Polo G, but there's nothing really that hooked me. I give it a 6.8.
Damn. Okay, you're a little lower than I thought you'd be, honestly, on that. Cause like Hood Poet, the new Polo G album, like it's definitely just classic Polo G sound. Like this album does sound like a lot of the stuff he's made before, but I do think on Hood Poet you get the most dialed in, perfected version that he's done of that sound. Like I do think this album is better than his previous ones. I was hoping, like you said, for like something fresh and like experimental, a little different from Polo G, because he's literally always been labeled as Piano G, the guy that hops on the piano beats and does the same delivery over and over. He's like, people talk about that, and that's still what we got here. But I do think it's like done well here, so I'm not too mad about it. I do wish there was some more diversity in sound though. Like I definitely agree with you there. The features, like you mentioned, were stacked. There's a lot of good features on here, and the songs with features are definitely my favorite songs. And I think they brought the diversity to the album that we wanted. Like they give you some different styles and sounds, and I think they kind of did carry the album for me. Like the features were the best part to me, just for the diversity aspect of it. I think most of the songs on here are good. Like I don't think there's like super bad egregious songs, but I just wish he tried something new. Like I really do think Polo G is one of the like better rappers, at least in this whole new school wave, like the streaming era. Like I do think he's a good rapper. Like I think he can spit. He makes decent music. I just wish he stepped outside of the box a little more, tried something else, but the songs aren't bad. I just wish there was more diversity. I really like the album. Only Gang is that's the 42 Doug one. Am I tripping?
No, I don't think you're tripping.
Okay, yeah. I liked Only Gang. I like G63 with Offset. I liked We Shoot. I like Dark Side, Survival of the Fittest. Like there is a lot of good songs on here that I will listen to and like throw on a playlist. Like there's good tracks. I just wish he tried something new, like you said. Like it's just you get the classic Polo G sound, and after this long of a wait for new Polo G music, I was expecting something a little different, honestly. but I'm still at like a 7.5. Like I did enjoy it. I thought it was a pretty good album, even though it was a little not exciting to me.
Yeah, I mean, not exciting is being gracious. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
but they're not bad songs.
no, they're great. They're good songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's kind of the issue is that he knows they're good songs.
he
You
knows
know what
what
I'm
works and he
saying?
does that.
Yeah, which I
Yeah,
can't knock him for. Polo G's a great artist. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, maybe one of the better rappers when it comes to just spitting. But yeah, like you said, I wish he opened up his bag a little more, got a little deeper. But it does make sense to me that this album, after being so long, does sound like that, and is more heartfelt, emotional kind of vibe. But I
yeah,
want him to get more braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? More like
yeah.
really go hard, like some early Polo shit. You know what I'm
We need
saying?
like some drill shit, some grimy shit. Like I like his music. It's sonically good, but we don't need the
Every song
same
is a love
songs every
song, bro.
time. Yeah. Like we don't need this over and over and over. But I still liked it. That's the thing. I went into this thinking like this needs to be different. I don't want Piano G. I want new shit from Polo G. I like Polo G. I really do. I think he was my most streamed artist in like 2020 or something like
Yeah,
that.
look, we've had a few albums that have fallen into this one
It's
dimensional sound
it's
thing.
our
You know what
main
I'm saying?
gripe a lot of the times.
Well, yeah, because it's a 50-minute album and you're like, damn, it felt
Give me
like I
something.
listened to one song. You don't even know when the next song comes on type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, I don't
exactly.
know.
But I mean, yeah, I'm at a 7.5. You're what, a 6.8? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, we're around like a 7.25, give or take, if you average that out. So when it comes to this year, this stacked year of hip hop, where you throw in Polo G's Hood Poet on the tier list?
I'm instantly looking for Gunna. It just reminds me of that album.
A few misses. I'm probably with you in that tier as well.
Honestly think Gunna's is even better.
I probably
Um,
would put Polo G above Gunna if I
Low
was
key,
picking those two, but
I think Viceroy might be better. I
I
think
definitely
Rhapsody's
don't think
better.
so. There's no way.
I
The
think
Polo G
Rhapsody's
album has
definitely
so many
better.
good songs, dude.
In
I
my
just
opinion, Rhapsody's better. Um, I could definitely go good, not great. But
I think
what
that's
are
a
you feeling?
crazy. I think I would put it higher in a few misses. Like I like it better than a lot of the albums in this tier. I think.
You
Like I
like it
did
better
still
than Why
enjoy it.
Laud?
Mm, I'd probably put it right around there.
You like it better than Everybody Can't Go?
I do.
Hell no, bro.
I like it better than Gunna for sure. Like I don't.
How though?
I put it right on par with the Gunna album, but I think there's more good songs on the Polo G album than the Gunna.
Hell no. I feel like I haven't even listened to the Gunna album in 6 months, and I can already name more songs off of it than I can the fucking Polo one I just listened to fucking today.
I can name one song off the Gunna album, but it's one of one. That's
One
just
of
like,
One, Hakuna Matata.
oh yeah, I do know that song. I just think
There's a
they're
there's a couple, but yeah, they're like the same album. But I mean, if I'm looking at the rankings, for me, it's worse than Rhapsody, personally.
yeah. I want to keep it in this tier. Like I just don't like the Rhapsody
Where
album.
would you put
I
it?
really don't. Like I would put it above four bats right there probably.
Okay, and I would put it at the end. So put it in the middle. There you go.
I do think it's like kind of similar to the Gunna album. Like I do think that makes sense. I did like it more than Viceroy. I
The
think.
Rhapsody album is definitely better, dude.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like I thought the Polo G album was still good, and the Rhapsody one I just didn't care for really at all.
All right, fair
But
enough.
I mean, it could have been worse from Polo G. Like it could have been a worse album, but it could have been so much
Honestly, I don't
better.
know if it could have, bro. You know what I'm saying? All I wanted was him to do something fucking different. We know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And yet he came with the same shit. It kind
But at least
of
he did it well. He could have done the same shit,
Yeah,
but
but we know
worse
he's
than
gonna
he's
do
doing.
it well. He's always done it well. He's never made a bad, fucking horrible, egregious song. You know what I'm saying? Really, ever.
Probably not, no.
So
But I do think there's a lot of good
you just
songs
need to
on
get
it.
out of your bag, like get in your bag and get out of your mind, bro. Like make some new shit, bro. It all sounds the same, man. It sounds like I'm hating now, but it's just yeah.
I
I
mean,
get. I
that's
feel
what
like
we're
he
looking
got
for from
potential as a
Polo G.
rapper. You know what I'm saying? Shit, bro makes the same shit. All right.
Yeah, I mean that's all I'm asking for out of Polo G is like give us something else, just something new. Like, come on. But
Yeah.
all right, what do you want to do next? Benny the Butcher's Summertime Butch or Logic's Ultra 85?
I guess up to you. You're starting this one, so whatever.
Let's do Benny next
All right.
because that is a shorter project and the Logic one was 75 something minutes. So let's do Benny. It's a little 8 song album because there's 2 interludes. It's technically 10, but there's 8 full songs. I mean, just like any Benny the Butcher album, right off the bat, you get the old school hip hop production, the grimy beats, like the street style. You know what I mean? Like old school Buffalo, New York style hip hop. He's doing the braggadocious rapping. He's like, he's doing the Benny shit right off the bat, which I do love. That's what you love Benny for. He's super confident on this project. He's like a lot of great punchlines. His delivery is like super strong. He's like talking his boss shit basically. Like I do like his flow and delivery and really his whole style. But it's only 8 songs. It's only 25 minutes of runtime. There's just not anything like particularly amazing to me that stands out. I don't think any of the songs are bad or anything. There's just not a ton there. I don't know. I just kind of wished it was a little more. I also understand it's not his only album this year. Like it's kind of just like they dropped so much shit, but I just wish there was a little more to dig into. Overall, I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great. I just kind of it's what you expect from an 8 song Bendy project. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just kind of wish there was little more diversity and sound from him as well cuz like he does get some good features on there. There's some good production. I think this album is better than the Polo G album, but I'm not like in love with this
So much
album.
better, dude.
I liked Everybody Can't Go better than this, I think, if we're comparing his other album from this year to this one. Like
I mean, that's fair to say.
I'm
Yeah.
at like a 7.5 on this. I think One Verse Butch, the first song, might be my favorite song on the project. But I like the most a lot too. I like the Warehouse 3. Like I did like it. I'm at like a 7.5. It could have been better to me though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna disagree with you here. I think it's a lot better than the Polo G album personally. Like you said, it's only 10 songs, but that's the type of shit I like. Nice, neat, concise projects. And right out the gate, he's talking about I had the trap in South Buff. The packs came from Salamanca, so he's touching it with Buffalo off the bat on one verse Butch. Some great hooks throughout this project. On the most, you get him, bro. All I can hear is you typing, bro.
Really? Damn.
Yes, you get him getting into like a more sentimental, like introspective bag or like emotional bag, talking about
I'm not even typing.
talking about talking about some deep shit. Yeah, you got yeah, but yeah, overall it's pretty good. You got Nightfall on there. He's talking about vacationing in Abu Dhabi and meditate on sand like I know karate. Like you said, I thought there were some great punchlines throughout the whole album. Benny on his cocky shit. But he also gets, like I was saying, into more introspective, more emotional, talking about Ramon Carter, the baby that got shot in Buffalo at the start of the summer, on some of his songs. And he does get more introspective throughout the album on some songs. You got some funny skits. You got his girl talk about why dudes are outside with crop tops on the Peachtree interlude. I thought it's some great features too. El Camino, Rick High, Fuego Bass, and Butch all went crazy on the Warehouse 3. But yeah, overall, Benny set to come through and carry us through the end of the summer, and he delivered. I thought, we don't get many months of like sunshine and nice weather in Buffalo, and when we do, shit turns up outside. Everybody's outside trying to make a play, and he depicts it in a way I could resonate with. You know what I'm saying? Being obviously from Buffalo and shit, but he did a great job, with the versatile lyrical content. I thought throughout the whole album, explaining how it could get dangerous and shit. On top of his classic Benny bars being real braggadocious. Um, yeah, great rapper performances. I thought throughout he didn't really miss on a single verse. Great production, great features, nice concise 10 song album. 8 out of 10.
Okay, I mean I'm at a 7.5. We're not like super far off. I just like I just wasn't in love with it. Like it just sounds like I don't know. Like I did
I could
definitely
have
get
rated
the
it
summer
higher, but
vibes though. Like it does have summer vibes. I love the Buffalo references. Obviously, we live here. Like it's cool to hear him talking about the place that we live. I just like nothing like really stood out to me. Like, damn, this is
Kitchen
fucking an amazing
Table,
album.
Nightfall, like there's some songs on there where I was like, bruh, this shit is fucking hard. Like
I like those songs
it's
too, but
probably
I'm
one of
just
my favorite projects of the past few months. I definitely could have rated it a little higher, but like you said, it's only 10 songs. It's not meant to be, and Everybody Can't Go. Although I think I might like it a little more than Everybody Can't Go. Although you got the Lil Wayne verse on Everybody Can't Go. You got some highlights on there. I thought this was a great project though.
I'm surprised. I thought you were gonna be more disappointed in this than I am, because you're more of a
No,
Benny fan, I would say, and I was like kind of underwhelmed by it. But
no, honestly, I thought it was great, bro.
well, there you go.
The
Where do you?
whole concept of the summertime Butch. Shit's it's summer out, motherfuckers are outside, shit's getting sticky. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I mean, yeah, I definitely didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was like this is an amazing album. Like it's not an album I would listen to and then go tell people to listen to it. To me,
there's
but
definitely some songs on there I'm gonna be playing.
where does it go on the tier list? We already have a Benny album up here from this year. Everybody Can't Go. We've mentioned it a couple times. So where does this one go?
Bro, it's better than
Then what?
it's better than a lot of these projects. I feel like, but I don't know. I don't know. Where would you put it?
I'm definitely in a few misses,
Okay.
but I'm not opposed to putting it at the top of here either. I don't think it's almost perfect though. I just don't think it's that good.
No, I don't. I don't think I'd put it in almost perfect. Almost perfect's for like 8.5 and up. I feel like. I don't know though. I feel like it might be as good as the Chief Keef project.
Yeah,
I
to
feel
me
like it
it's
might
not.
be. Like that's probably where I would place it. Top of a few misses, maybe bottom of almost perfect.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it there. I just like I don't know. I was just hoping for more. Like there's no West Side Gun, there's no
Well,
Conway,
yeah, you're kind of.
you know.
It's a BSF project. They're not
Yeah.
meant to be on it. They're not on the label. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
I
him. It's El Camino. Rick Hyde. And when they spit, they're spitting fucking hard, bro. I don't know. This might be one you might have to go back and re-listen to. Obviously, we gave
I
it
listened to
about
it
the same
twice. It was
rating,
only
but
25 minutes long.
yeah,
Like there's not
I
much
fucked with
there
it.
though.
Yeah, that's true. But I like that though. I don't want to listen to fucking 90 minutes of music, bro, at
No,
one time.
I do like a good 30-minute EP or whatever, but it's just like hard for me to say it's a great album when there's not a
Yeah,
lot
definitely.
there.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely better albums this year, but I don't know. It's just the fact that I guess the lyrical content resonated with me. I don't know. I fucked with it heavily. There's definitely gonna be some songs on there that I'm going back to. Kitchen Table, Nightfall, One Verse Butch, The Warehouse 3, dude. This shit's so hard.
I like that one, yeah. There's no
But
bad songs.
nah,
There's
definitely
not
not.
bad
And that
songs.
was the thing, like song to song, I was like, okay, this is a great song every time. And you get the funny sketches, the funny skits. Yeah, it was a great album.
Okay. Well,
And
we
he's
got
carrying
one.
us through the end of the summer.
I I what if we get another Benny album? Like we might get another one this year. We already got two and
Be
it's
done.
only
Well, we're
August, so
getting West Side,
yeah.
so
They they just them all three of those guys, they just drop so much music. It's insane. Like they just have so much in the vault. Like I don't even want to know what their hard drives look like. It's got to be insane.
yeah, right.
But all right, we got one more album to talk about this week. It's Logic's new project, Ultra 85. Highly anticipated. He's been talking about this album for a long time. Fans have been waiting for it. It's here. It's 20 songs, I believe, 75 minutes, over an hour long. It's a long run time. A lot of long songs. There's multiple 5-minute songs. The intro's like 9 minutes. Like there's a lot to take in here. It is a long run time. I want you first. You go first on this one. Let me hear what you thought.
All
Logic's
right.
Ultra 85.
Well, yeah, like you said, we've been waiting on this album for years, and you can hear it right out the gate on Paul Rodriguez. He comes out with the witty punchlines, shooting at Fantano for his shitty hairline. Right into the next song, you get that iconic orange juice sample, which if you're us, You know how much that means to us on Mission Control. Then you get great flows throughout the whole 90-minute project, especially on Deja Vu, you know, giving flowers to the OGs of the game, Rakim, Eminem, and more people. Uh, and one thing, probably my favorite thing about the whole album was the concept of the album. Them, whoever it was, this team of astronauts flying through space, like on a space station, hovering over like a destroyed Earth, and they're like struggling to find shit to keep their minds, you know, moving and shit and stay entertained, and they're playing Logic songs and shit. I thought it was a great concept. You got that funky upbeat vibe on something like a Fear, on top of the quick flows and transitions into like a more introspective vocal singing performance. So you kind of got that spectrum of sound. Then you got the funny like skits again. You got the astronauts, whoever the team, Ultra 85, talking about, oh, Nolan over Tarantino, which was literally a conversation we've had. I'm taking Nolan every time.
Wrong
But
choice. I'm just kidding.
then you know it just feels like a perfect Logic album. You know what I'm saying? You got him talking about Call of Duty, talking about how it was his escape on Favela. Great beats throughout the album, especially on Garden. Then you get the ultra introspective Logic on Interstellar, when he says, he opens or ends off the song, I believe, saying, "In a hotel room contemplating my death," or maybe that's the beginning of the song. I'm not quite sure, but he gets ultra introspective throughout the album, especially on Interstellar. The in-depth skits, like I said, I fucked with, like Planet Death. They were placed in a Roman Coliseum fighting like aliens and shit, and then it ends up they're just playing a video game. Like, it's the layers, you know what I'm saying? The layers within layers of the album. It's like watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot like Bandostone in the New World in that one, because you really could make a movie out of this shit. It feels like so. You got that. You got concepts in songs like Teleport, where he's teleporting to different points of his life, rapping about it. Then you got the more braggadocious, you know, Logic on points like Antidote. So yeah, I thought it was a great album from Logic. Like I said, years in the making, and you could tell from the rapping to the production to the concepts throughout the album. It was all great. Moments like him calling out Fantano's hairline, or the iconic orange juice sample that I mentioned, and the
So
skits
good.
of the team of astronauts hovering over destroy Earth in a spaceship, looking for any form of entertainment, and then they got some Logic music on deck. It was just a great concept. It was fire. Great mix of sounds and lyrical content throughout the album. You got the more introspective songs like Interstellar to the braggadocious songs like Antidote. Great project. 9 out of 10.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I agree with you on a lot of your points you made. So, like you mentioned, Paul Rodriguez, the intro song, it's fucking crazy. 9 minutes, like 6 minutes of just straight bars. 9 minute song. When I see a 9 minute song, I'm like, I don't know about that. And it is probably still a little long, but he delivers. It's a great intro. It's 9 minutes of fire. Highly recommend. The second song, Mission Control. You mentioned this too. The orange juice sample from Tyler and Earl from back in the day. Like, what a great beat. One of my favorite beats of all time. Like, love Mission Control. Deja Vu is the third track. That might be my favorite of the first three, which says a lot. That first 3 track run is just like insane. And Logic has always made a lot of pop culture like references in his music, and he continues to do so on this project, which I always have liked, like the directors and the video games and all that type of shit. Like, I'm a fan of that kind of stuff. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the track on here, like, hits different for me because Tarantino is one of, if not my favorite director, he's one of my favorites. Literally, him and Christopher Nolan are my top two. So like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's just like, it's like a whole song, just every bar is a reference to a Tarantino movie. Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, Death Proof, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like it's all there. Pulp Fiction, like such a crazy song. Love the concept, never heard anything like it. So good. And Logic, he's been doing this for what, 15, 10 years he's been rapping, like he's been in the game a while. Hasn't lost a step at all when it comes to the rapping ability. Rhyme schemes, delivery on this album are as good as ever. I like the beat selection. The production is great, and he did a lot of the production himself. He's like a real musician in there, making the beats, putting it together. Thought the production was really good. I think There's a good variety of fun, braggadocious songs. You get the deeper, introspective songs. He reflects on his past, like his childhood, his past career, but he also kind of lets you know he's not going anywhere. He's still one of the best. And there was that time a few years ago where he retired and then unretired, but in this album, he made it pretty clear that he's not done and he's still one of the best in the game. Even some of the more introspective songs that I won't go back to as often, like, I still really like them. Like, it's hard to find a bad song on this album. Like, it is a really, really good. It has a long runtime, which generally I think for me and maybe even for you, like, kind of hinders an album a lot of times. Like, get rid of all this filler. We don't need a 90-minute album. Just like give us the best 12 songs. But in this case, I didn't feel like that. I enjoyed the whole run. Even toward the back half of the album, like 3 out of the last 5 songs I like loved. So I didn't mind the long run time here. Definitely one of my personal favorite albums of the year. Top 5 for me this year. 9 out of 10. I agree with you. 9 out of 10. That's where I'm at too. So good, dude. Like this really impressed me. Like this is a great album from Logic. People hating Logic and this album online just because it's Logic, fucking whack. Listen
Yeah,
to this
it's fact.
album. It's so good.
The only thing holding me back from giving it a 10 is the runtime is maybe a little long, and I feel like there could have been a few more flow switches, a few more different cadences here and there. Not saying he doesn't have great rapping performances throughout the whole thing. I mean, he's spitting absolute bars throughout the whole thing, but I feel like there's a little to be had, a little left to be had.
And just the fact that he's literally like right now in my real normal life, I just watched all of Tarantino's movies in order, and I'm currently watching all of Nolan's movies. Like those are my two favorite directors. He talks about them both and name drops them both. Does a whole song about Tarantino's filmography, which I literally just watched start to finish. Like maybe I'm a little biased because he's talking about shit that I'm into, but I thought this was a great album. Like, I'm not opposed to putting this in the perfect album tier. I'll say it right now. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's one of the best albums of the year.
Well, let's look at the tier list. Fuck.
Like, in my
Well,
opinion, this goes here.
I'll say this. Um, for me, nah.
You gave
Uh,
it a higher score than the Eminem album.
yeah, I did. But there's a thing like I don't think the Eminem album should be there either. I think because I mean, you gave it a higher score than I gave it, so we bumped it up. According to both of us. But I don't know. Like, it's a great album, but these are like, I don't know.
I
It's
think
hard.
it's better than all those other three.
I don't
Like,
think
to me.
it. All right.
It's a
So,
full concept album. The rapping,
well,
like,
in
it's.
my opinion, the concept of Samurai is better with just as good rapping. The rapping on Might Delete Later is better, in my opinion. The rapping on Rich Ass Haitian is on par, and the message is better. It's a deeper message. Yes, it's a great album. Um, I think all three of those albums might be better though. Is it better than the Eminem album? Yes, I think it is. Um, but that's not where I would have the Eminem album either. So I guess to like reason with you, I'd probably put it behind Rich Ass Haitian.
I mean, I'm fine with putting it here
Although
as
I
long as
think
it's in the perfect tier. I just think it belongs here. If these albums are here, this deserves to be
that's
here.
personally where I would put it, just because I do think like I made the arguments for the other three. I think conceptually, Samurai is a better album. I
Yeah, I
think the
don't agree with
rapping,
that either.
I think the rapping on Mike Delete Later is better,
I
and
also don't agree with that.
I think the message in Rich Ass Haitian is more important. So
I mean, I agree with that, I
I would
guess.
have those three above it, but yeah, I mean it's a top tier. It's a top tier album for sure.
So if you had to take one of these six and move it down, you would move the Logic one off.
Nah, I would move the Eminem one off
And you would put the Eminem one here.
if I had to. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to, but maybe at the end of the year we decide, all right, we only want 5 perfects or something. So we
I
may have
mean,
to come to that.
I mean,
It may
Eminem's
come to
my
that.
goat, bro. But these are prime form rappers.
I mean,
Eminem's
this
prime was
Logic
20 years
album,
ago.
this Logic album is really good, like
Yeah,
better than I
that's great.
expected. And I like Logic. I'm not like a diehard, but like I like Logic, and this album is great. You should listen to Ultra 85. It's a
Hell
good
yeah.
album.
No, the concept was the best part about it. I mean, on top of the great rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it feels like a movie.
It's Off the Top podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top podcast.